Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live show match action coming at you right now. It is going to be on Terminus October, which is the newest version of it. Even though it's not October anymore, this is still the newest one. And it is going to be Birdkickr and Knighter. Knighter, notice his new little clan tag there, or team tag, I should say. REV Rev Knighter. Got to love it. And a cvgBirdkickr, apparently. Yikes, my stream is blanking out on me. That's crazy town. Hopefully that is not going to be a permanent deal. Knighter, just making sure it was PvZ. Okay. Is the stream not working? Let's try this. We'll get you guys back up and running. Cool, so let's talk about this for just a moment. It is Birdkickr. He is our orange Zerg, as we all now know, including Knighter. Knighter is also privy to that information as well. He is going to be here at the 9 o'clock position. Notice that Knighter going to be our yellow Protoss down here at the 6 o'clock. There we go. There we go. We're set to go here, guys. Cool, and a Forge Fast Expand for Knighter is in the works. I love it. What can I say? Look at this. Birdkickr going for spawning pool first. Reminiscent of what we see from Tox Lonely. Interesting. Tox Lonely, one of those great players. Going to be following the ways of the Tox. Birdkickr is. Going hatch first. He does have his Overlord here in a nice position. Notice that I do want to mention here real quick about this map. This is the newest version of Terminus. It is a full expansion here at the 3rd. Double gas and 8 full-on mineral fields. They're 1,500 each, not 1,000 like they used to be. There was that version where it had 6 at 1,000 minerals each, so it was literally a half expand. So good stuff here. And it looks as though Knight are going to be taking advantage, going to be trying to secure his Forge Fast Expand. Notice his Photon Cannon going down in fairly decent time. We should see a couple cannons from him here in just a little while. But Birdkickr going to be beating him to a punch here. He's got his hatchery gone down in good timing. No gas from him quite yet. He's going to go macro style, full-on macro style. And looks to be in fairly decent time. In the meantime, Knighter going to be working on his Nexus. He just barely putting that sucker down. Looks like he had that probe headed out just a little bit late. Not too bad, though, at all. Still got it down before the 4-minute mark, so it's good and fast. And he's going to be completing his wall off here in just a moment. I like it. Nice looking build here. I like that he doesn't go super fast into the Nexus. You don't really need it. I mean, yes, you can go 15 Nex and usually still be able to hold on a very big map like this, but you know, when it comes down to it, you don't really gain that much advantage from it economically. I mean, yeah, you do get some good couple extra probes in, etc., but the big thing is that it puts you behind in your gateways. And now, or at least in your defenses. And Knighter here is playing it very, very safe. He did get his gateway down in fairly decent time. It is delayed, but that's just the nature of Forge Fast expanding. So he is going to be putting up some pylons, it appears, all around the map. He's got one here. It's scouted by a drone, putting up another one here. Wow, he is serious about making something happen here, it looks like, here fairly shortly. See if he's going to put some more up. He could put one like right here. It's not a bad spot. Nope, too bad. The probe is now dead. Dead probes mean no more forward pylons unless you send out another one to the chopping block. Cybercore going down in fairly decent time. Looks like these Lings are going to make it over to this pylon and take that sucker down ASAP. Down it goes momentarily. But Knighter did hold on to this one. He is going to be able to warp in units down there on the low ground and get those guys in fairly decent position fairly quickly. It's a neat looking antenna. I wish I had an antenna like that on my house. Looks like whoever lives under there has got... Somebody lives in this space station apparently, and that is his antenna for cable TV. Look at this. Birdkickr not going to be taking out these destructible debris. He's going to go ahead and toss down his hatchery out here in the center of the map. He is serious about getting his economy where he wants it right away. So going to take a slight risk there, pushing forward instead of taking the time to break down that destructible debris. Let's just check in on our units tab. Notice the economy's 38 drones, 39 now to 36 probes. Birdkickr doing a heck of a lot of work. Looks like he's going to go ahead and secure his 4th base. Wow. And for Knightr, it is going to be Stargates. I like this play. We're going to have a good old-fashioned time here. Stargates look to be a little bit over 50% complete. Birdkickr with his hatchery over 50% complete. In fact, over 80% complete. We're about to see his 3rd up and running. Checking back in on that units tab. He is keeping a little bit of a distance there. That's what we like to see from our Zerg players. Now, it doesn't want to go too far. Don't get too crazy. You got to start building your defenses. Notice he's going to grab his Evo chamber, but the big thing now is that Knightr is going to start working on Phoenix here. Phoenix is going to be super pesky, that's for sure, and he is going to have an answer to that moving forward here. So what is Birdkickr going to do? Number one, first he's got to get some good scouting in. He does send in his Overlord, going to try and gather a little bit of intel. There is a Stalker coyly placed here, but not quite in attacking range. There he goes. He scouts it, going to get some shots off on this poor Overlord. Don't think he's quite going to go down, but maybe, actually. Oh, maybe. We'll see. We'll check back in just a moment, but these rocks are indeed going to go down by next year for sure. By January 1, those rocks will be gone, regardless of what anybody thinks. Did that guy get the kill? Yes, he did. Good, good. And now a little bit faster Overseer going to be cruising in here. He's got to catch wind of what is going on. Does not see anything quite yet. Got to cruise over here. He's like, there's no tech in the main, so got to go find your tech over here. But if you don't see tech in the main, you can pretty well guess it's going to be Stargate. That poor guy is going to end his life, but he does get the scouting intel in. But here comes 6 Phoenix. Oh my goodness. Let's see if Birdkickr going to have the defenses that he needs. He's going to be working on a couple Spore Crawlers here, but even a couple Spore Crawlers not quite going to be enough against this many Phoenix. And here they come. Queen going to go down there fairly quickly. Going to start supply blocking Birdkickr here too. Spore Crawler's going to be getting a couple shots off there. Not quite enough. He's got to be really careful with this Overlord placement. Now he's got Spore Crawlers at just about every base, and as he moves forward, he should have, I mean, the defenses here are going to be okay, but he's really got to consider that he's going to need more than just Spore Crawlers at this point. I mean, that is a lot of Phoenix. The Phoenix is picking up a lot of units there. Ooh, one Phoenix did go down, but all in all, I mean, Knightr being super cost effective as he moves forward here. Does find the 3rd. He scouts the 3rd now. Queen gonna go down. Oh, brutal. Got to have more AA, that's for sure. We do need, do have the Hydralisk Den now out on the field. The Hydra's going to be a great counter here. Just got to keep them together. You can see him starting to mass up. It looks like Knightr going to be backing out for just a moment. Looks like, I don't know, he may cruise back in there. We'll see in just a bit. Good bunch of Phoenix, though, that's for sure. And going to be sniping some more Overlords, unfortunately, for Birdkickr. Losing those suckers. Got to keep them under control. Hatchery going to go down. Phoenix cannot pick up hatcheries. Or any building for that matter. Another Queen getting sniped. Now, yeah, Hydra's now in position, though, to deal with them. So, good stuff there. We should see Knightr start to transition. What is he going to transition to? That's the question. We do have a Twilight Council out on the field. Where is it? Not there. So he's got it, what, down here somewhere? Huh, I don't know. Oh, there it is. I found it. Twilight Council. So we'll see if he's going to tech anything off of Twilight, but he is going to grab his robotics here. Here comes a big roach push. Gotta be on A move. We're picking up a lot of units here. Hydra's going down there fairly quickly. Knightr doing a lot of damage with these Phoenix. Nice play there. Birdkickr absolutely going to have to back out. He just does not have the AA that he requires at this point. So going to have to hold on his 4-base play now. For just a little bit. Got to get some spore crawlers up at this location before he sends any guys over there, that's for sure. Too many Phoenix out on the field. You got to be super careful as you move forward. He is going to be getting a lot of Hydras now out on the field yet again. Knighter, though, what is he working on here? I'm interested to see. He's starting to float a little bit of minerals. Of course, so is Birdkickr. He's working on some warp prisms. Looks like he's going to go for some drops. Potentially. Grabbing his robotics base, we could see some Colossus out on the field as well. But nothing else out of these Stargates quite yet. Here come your wonderful Phoenix. Good timing, going to be cruising in there. Spore Crawler's probably going to get these guys to back out momentarily. But they killed almost all of those drones there. Let's just check Control R. Look how many workers killed. Knighter, 18 workers killed. Yikes. Looks like the Phoenix still being active, picking up some transferring drones there, of all things, to transfer. But he does get chased off for just a moment. And Birdkickr going to be securing this base back to mining status. Not a bad little deal. Looks like Birdkickr is going to be pushing out, though. I just don't know if he can make it happen. I mean, this is still too many Phoenix to deal with, and he's got... Well, look at all these units now for Knighter. He's really in great shape. Really in great shape. Units tab going to show 93 drones right now for Birdkickr. Almost overproduced there, so he looks like he's starting to get geared up to start throwing armies away. Which is not really a bad choice. Try and keep your opponent stuck on 3 base and bleed them dry. Is not a bad play here. So he's doing a decent amount of damage here. Here come your Colossus, so the Colossus is going to be able to clean these guys out with no trouble if they ever get attacking position. That Birdkickr doing a lot of damage with those roaches and hydras. Looks like he may even be able to snipe these Colossus. Yes, he is going to snipe some Colossus. Good kiting there from Birdkickr. Going to take those guys down. Wow, a lot of damage being dealt there. Birdkickr geared up to be in great shape. I mean, Knighter still able to hold on, obviously. But, wow, he took a lot of damage there. Let's just check units lost and see where it's at. Birdkickr still phenomenally behind, but that's due to all of this harassment. I mean, these Phoenix have sniped so very many Overlords, and that adds up quick at 100 minerals a pop is absolutely brutal. Good looking little army composition here for Birdkickr yet again. He's going to be grabbing his Spire. I assume probably going to be teching towards the potential for broods. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Just throwing away Roach Hydra here is actually a great play when it comes down to it. Does have +2, +1 on these units here. Let's just check the upgrades on Knighter. He's got 0/0 on everything on the ground and 0 for the air. Well, Birdkickr, wow, he's got a very large force here. Very large force here, and he is going to be trading armies yet again. He's maxed out. He can float all he wants at this point. Being maxed out is exactly where you want to be. Knighter going to have a little bit of trouble with this army as it pushes forward. He's going to have to back up behind this wall here. Got to get some more units in. Here come your Phoenix. This Phoenix is going to be absolutely necessary here. He's got to pick up a lot of units to make this defense happen. Good amount of Colossus out on the field, but this choke, even though it is going to slow the advance just a little bit, that kiting for Birdkickr is so very strong. He's going to be able to take out all of these attacking units here for Knighter, and Knighter about to be in very, very big trouble. Nice play there. And looks like Birdkickr gearing up to take down game number 1 here. I just don't know if Knighter's going to be able to make this happen defensively. Notice that Birdkickr in the meantime going to go ahead and secure a 5th base. Bad Colossus control, says Knighter. And Birdkickr giving him the yep, and GG well played from Knighter. Got to love it. Beautiful game from these very, very highly ranked players. We'll be going into game number 2 here in just a moment, so don't alt-tab, always alt-StarCraft. See you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live show match action coming at you. It is Knighter and Birdkickr in game 2 of this best of 3. Now, $2 will be going to the winner here. It's not tons, but it is what it is, and these guys are battling it out. Birdkickr did take down game number 1 in phenomenal shape. And Knighter is going to be our yellow Protoss here at the 8 o'clock position. And Birdkickr, our orange Zerg down here at the 6 o'clock. So pretty good. Close air positions. Looks like this Overlord is going to be cruising in. I assume Knighter will scout this momentarily. Looks like he's not even going to wait. He's just going to go and scout his opponent's bases. There it goes. Here comes the scout. Knighter going to cruise in here. Does see what's going on. Nothing quite yet from Birdkickr, but we can assume that a hatchery, a gas, and a spawning pool will be on the way in some kind of order. Looks like a Forge Fast Expand here for Knighter, though. He is going to be working on that. And spawning pool going down for Birdkickr. Nice play. Knighter going to be cruising around here. Wants to figure out what's going on. Chrono boosting there fairly well. Do have our scouting overlord for Birdkickr is going to be figuring out what's going on. Does see this Forge Fast Expand going down. No Nexus quite yet, so he can assume that there's going to probably be a cannon there momentarily. Here comes Knighter. Probably going to see a cannon. Maybe not. Nope, Nexus first. Yeah, he's plenty of arrows for that. And cannon should be here momentarily as well. As well as another pylon. He's going to need it. Does not want to get too supply blocked here. But the hatchery does go down for Birdkickr in fairly decent time as well. No gas quite yet. He's going straight up eco. That's what he likes to do against these Forge Fast Expanders I've seen so far. There goes your Photon Cannon. Looks to be in fairly decent time. And Knighter about to put down, I assume, another pylon. Nope. Gateway first. Maybe. Pylon. There it goes. That's what I thought. Pylon now, and then going to see your gateway go on to start completing this wall off just a little bit. But the Nexus is going down in fairly decent time. He should be geared up for a good Forge Fast Expand here. Looks like Birdkickr going to have his hatchery up and running momentarily. No gas quite yet. He did, however, get his queen out. Looks like this one going to be working on potential creep spread, maybe? No. I don't know. We'll see. It looks like it's just going to camp in a funky little position for a moment. It's not too bad, though. Ling's out on the field. Birdkickr just going to be wandering around. Oh, look at this. A fast third from Birdkickr. Going to take the 2 or 3 o'clock position there. Is going to poke in, it appears, with these Lings. Looks like there's a gap there. Is there a gap? No, I guess not. No gap, but all in all, this looks like to be a pretty nice little wall off. This Photon Cannon fairly well placed to defend. It's got plenty of power, so it's not like it can get sniped super quick. And the Cyber Core going down. Looks like he's got a little spot there to walk through, a spot there. So kind of interesting little positioning, but now there you go. Now it's going to be tight, and he's going to have to walk through here if he wants to run by, right by the Photon Cannons. Makes me feel like playing a TD again. Tower defense. Gotta love those. But we do have this hatchery up and running in fairly decent time. Units tab going to show 28 drones to 29 probes. Pretty decent position, economic position for both players. Now that could be a little bit faster pick up here for Birdkickr here in just a moment when he gets this hatchery up and running, especially with some injects. But he is going to be transferring some drones. But look at this. Oh my goodness, Knighter going to catch wind of this. He does see these guys transferring, so he knows that there's going to be a third. He is indeed going to be scouting here just in case anyway, but sees it going down. We are going to see a potential for a that Zealot picking up, it looks like a kill there or two. Forward pylon here, not going to last very long, but you know what? Knighter did scout that third. He could potentially put some serious pressure on the third, and I think Birdkickr may end up taking a loss there unless he gets some defenses up fairly quickly. 33 drones right now to 32 probes. Birdkickr in fairly decent shape. In production, we do have for Knighter a robotics facility. There it is. And for Birdkickr, we don't have any new tech quite yet, but it is about time to start choosing it. Looks like he's going to grab his lair, so that is a good indication that we are going to see some new tech. A couple links just cruising in here, want to see the fighting or the fighting capability of Knighter. Looks like they are going to die while they do check it out. It is going to be 1 Zealot and 1 Sentry. Obviously, more will be on the way. We are going to have an observer cruising out here in just a moment. Looks like the robotics bay now going down for Knightr up on the high ground. Probably going to see some Colossus here momentarily. Ooh, is he going to wall it off tight? No, he's not. Okay, I thought he was going to wall it off there for a second. Five more gateways going down. He's going to have a lot of unit producing capability. There's number 6. Here in just a moment, that robotics bay on almost complete robotics facility working on the warp prism here. So we're going to see some potential drops in just a bit as well. I like it. Let's just check that units tab, see where we're at. 66 drones right now for Birdkickr. Birdkickr doing a phenomenal job right now. 46 probes for Knightr. Knightr does have that warp prism complete. We'll see if he's going to be active with it or not. Sometimes you just mix them into the army, sometimes you don't, sometimes you try and go for some drops. We shall see. Looks like we're going to be working on gravitic drive. That is that speed boost for the warp prism, so he's absolutely going to be working on that. I think it's for the warp prisms. Or is that the one for... Yeah, it's for the warp prisms. It's the gravitic boosters that is for the observers. Good stuff. Birdkickr going to be gearing up for his 4th base here, it appears. Does have a good deal of roaches out on the field. Notice he is grabbing a Spire as well. And a +1 missile attack about to be complete. Just on the Lair Tech for now. We'll see if he's going to transition into Hive Tech. Probably not for just a little while. It's a little bit early for that type of play. Here comes a Colossus. The Colossus going to get right up on the high ground. Looks like some dropping commencing here as well. Good force field there. Going to be blocking that ramp. And here comes your Colossus. A nice looking attack here. Oh, but the Warp Prism going to get chased off, it looks like. It means these roaches are going to make it up to the high ground. This Colossus going to have to evacuate. Here comes your Warp It. No, Colossus got to make it down to the low ground. Not going to make it. Does die there, but looks like a good couple Warp-Ins of Stalkers here. Going to be able to kill a couple units. Kill off the Queen, and not a bad snipe. Looks as though... Oh my goodness. Oh, Knightr not feeling super happy. There's the GG. All in all, it wasn't that bad of a play, but man, he is so far behind. I mean, look at that. 46 supply to 173. Birdkickr rocking and rolling it, that's for sure. Thank you guys again. We'll see you guys in our next match here in just a bit.